Hi, this is Jamie from BroadwayWorld UK, and I'm here at Cafe de Paris for the launch of Strictly Ballroom.
Give it a try. Back on the right leg, hold on the 2. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to me. 3, 4. Chin up. Not bad.
The show was at the West Yorkshire Playhouse,
Yep.
and then over to Toronto.
Yep.
Have you had to kind of rework it from that first draft?
Yeah, so we've done a lot of work to the show, especially since Leeds. The show is now, it feels like it's almost a brand new production in the way that we've done a lot of work really on the book and on the way that music is used in the show. It's completely from scratch, been re-choreographed, and cause we just have a different way into the show now choreographically. There's a whole heap of new costumes. We're lucky that we have some new company members that are really exciting. So I think it's I would say if you've seen the show before, then you should definitely come again because it'll be unlike what you've seen before.
You said earlier on you had a lovely speech about how it was in your childhood and how Strictly was not necessarily a big part of it. It did kind of inspire you to come on the dance journey. Can you elaborate a little bit more for us?
Yeah, so as a kid I was constantly pushing the sofa against the door in the lounge so that nobody could get in while I was swinging around and dancing, making up my own steps, and I was also at the time starting to do competitive ballroom and Latin work as well as kind of other styles of dance, and I was at the time going through a period when I was more excited about doing my own work, doing my own steps, even like 7, 8 years old. And one of my dance teachers had told my mom that I should watch this story because, just like the central character who was also making up his own steps, there was a kind of a resonance. And I think that watching the film, it would be easy to say, oh yeah, so I saw the film and I was like, oh, the character of Scott's similar to me. I actually never really did that. I never necessarily looked at the story and was like, oh, Scott's like me, because I never thought like that. But what really resonated with me was I felt like the film had kind of like, it felt like it knew me in a way that nobody else knew me. It felt like it had kind of understood that I was some kooky little weird kid, and that actually it celebrated me for that. The fact that the high stakes of the family and these competitions and how it meant everything to them, and how this kind of like constant pursuit for perfection that dancers have, which is, and this like weightlessness that dancers are always trying to, it's a hard thing to explain to somebody who isn't a dancer, but to be a dancer hurts. Like, it's really painful. It's a lifestyle. It's not a hobby. It affects everything, and you do it all for that feeling like you're flying. And so the film, it felt like it recognised that, and that they weren't ridiculed for wanting that feeling. And so I, as a young lad, had seen this film. I was like, my God, it knows me. It knows what I'm trying to achieve. And so I think it really did launch me into the fact that actually, it can be, or it is all right to be doing what I'm doing, to be making up my own steps.
My name is Jonny Labey, and I'm playing Scott Hastings.
Hi, I'm Zizi Strallen and I'm playing Fran.
It's no secret that you're actually a very good dancer, so how was it in this show having to drum that back at first?
I find it very easy to do bad dancing. In fact, I find it
But you
easier
have to be a
do
very
bad
good
dancing.
dancer to do bad dancing. It's quite
Yeah,
tough.
I guess so. Yeah, you have to know where to not put your body and stuff. But yeah, I just really, really love doing bad dancing. I do it at home all the time and just to make people laugh. And yeah, so it's lovely for me. You don't usually get roles where you get to do bad dancing and good dancing. You get like that lovely journey.
Obviously, if someone doesn't like your dancing, it's great because you would do it bad anyway.
I can just say I was still bad.
Whereas
I
me, there's
trying
pressure.
to be bad.
Me, there's a pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got to be
I'm
good.
meant to be like
You've
this.
got to
I'm
be
meant
the
to be
best.
like this, the best ballroom dancer, like in the whole of Australia, and I'm, we had our
You're
first
really
ballroom lesson
good.
the other day. We had our first sort of session the other day.
Yeah, he's great.
You guys obviously you have seen the film, but were you a big fan?
Yes.
I actually found out about it because Chrissy auditioned for the tour. So she got the Fran scenes through,
Oh, right.
and I was reading through as Scott.
Oh, how
And then I
Did
thought,
you not know the film?
huh?
Did you not?
No.
Oh my God.
No.
I've
No.
grown up with the film.
Have
I
you?
literally
Oh, right.
have watched the film over and over and over,
No.
everything, like literally every year of my life. And I just absolutely love it. And I've always loved the character of Fran, and always related to her. It's kind of strange and amazing that I'm playing her now.
Well, yeah, we watched the film and I was like, Scott would be a really good part.
Yeah.
And then
And here we are. And just like
you
that.
put it out there, it will happen.
Ring ring.
How was the audition process?
Well, we were actually
Like
on the
from the
first,
beginning,
from the
weren't we?
very, very start.
First dance call, Zizi
Yeah.
and Jonny get together like, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
and it went well.
Yeah.
Well,
apparently.
Yeah, it was funny actually because when we auditioned for the show, it was still like the old version where we sung. There were like all the original songs in there. So I don't know about you, but I had to do a singing audition where I sung all the songs that Fran would sing in
There's
the like
some
Leeds and Toronto
beautiful
version.
stuff.
Yeah,
Beautiful,
but
beautiful stuff.
now we don't really sing. In the show, which I think is great because it means that we can just carry on through the scene, and then Will sort of comes over the top with the lovely singing.
When you're dancing to Will Young singing,
Yeah, better him than us.
what more do you need? Better than him than me, 100%.
No, you've got a lovely voice, but yeah, we're just like, yeah, Will, you sing it, we'll dance. We'll act, we'll look lovingly at each other, it's fine.
I'm a narrator. I hold the audience's hand, which I think is a really interesting, and I've played an MC before, very different show. But there's something quite special about being able to talk to the audience, because normally in theatre, you don't talk to the audience, and that's how the magic is created. The fourth wall. But he does talk to the audience, and he kind of zips in and out of the story, which I think is a really clever idea of Drew, the director, and Carmen, the producer. And he's kind of being formed at the moment still. He's also a band leader, so he sings when they're doing the competitions, which is just hysterical. Honestly, it's such a funny script. But the people collaborating with it are immense. Maris de Vries is doing the music, and he's worked on Moulin Rouge with Baz Luhrmann and Catherine Martin, Baz's wife, and Catherine is the producer and the designer of the show. I'm throwing out these names like they're kind of, they've won Oscars and BAFTAs and Tonys, and Marius just won a Grammy.
And so obviously this show is all about the glam and the sparkles. Has it been quite fun to work on, or almost a bit problematic because there's so much colour?
No, I think that there is something extraordinarily joyful about the outward expression of ballroom dancing. And I think that at a time when there are so many divisions in the world, that people are finding things very difficult on many fronts, it's good to have a show in which the message fundamentally is that there's more than one way to cha-cha-cha, that there is hope. You don't always have to believe the ridiculous rules that are placed upon you from, the overlord, the nasty Federation president. And I think too that we can all come together to celebrate difference and acceptance, and that love comes in many different guises, and I think a lovely story of artistic triumph over artistic repression, which I think is a very important story to keep telling.
So when does the show open? When can people come and see it?
So Strictly Ballroom, which is waltzing into the Piccadilly Theatre, will start previews from the 29th of March, and it will open on the 24th of April. So it's a great time to people to be booking.